I hope you are all doing well. In today's lesson, we will discuss furthermore the user interface. We have already learned how to create the project and how to navigate it using the keyboard and the mouse buttons. Now I'm gonna speak about these overlays icons. If you can see, we have the directional light and the volumetric cloud and the skylight and the post-process volume and the player start. These icons, you can hide them if you click G on the keyboard to work without them getting in your way, and you can make them show up by clicking G again. Now, if you want to increase the scalability of your screen like I did over here to make everything more clear, go to Edit, Editor Preferences, and then choose Appearance, and under Application Scale, by default it should be by 1. You can increase it. I have set it up to 1.75 for you guys so you can see everything I am doing on the monitor. This section over here is called the outliner. Basically everything in your level lives over here. And this bar over here called the content browser. Drawer in the past time it was called. Here it is, content drawer. It is a file system simply like your machine file system, where you can create folders and organize your project. Over here, if I click play, it will be like a game. This default mannequin can be changed between the female and the main mannequin, since we have the starter content, and simply you can move it like any game out there, space to jump, WASD. If I want to get out of the game mode, by clicking escape. G to hide the icons, G to show them again. The simulate, this if you have like a cloth simulation or a physics simulation, you can check it and see it. We will see that in the further we go in the basic course. Over here, the way that you see your viewport, if you are coming from different 3D softwares like Blender, for example, or Maya or whatever 3D modeling software, you can choose your view top to check your level from the top, or you can change it into the bottom, or you can choose left, or you can choose right, front, and back. I will be keeping it into perspective so we can see what we are doing. The field of view, this is for the camera. You can increase it or decrease it to be more focused. Control Z. It was 90, right? Yeah. And what else we have? Over here, if you are running an old machine, you can check on viewport scalability from this option. And if you have a great graphic card and the PC specs, you can go for cinematic or epic. If you are in a mid-tier machine like me, you can go for the medium or high, or even low. This basically works on the shadows. If you can see over here the shadows, let me change it. So if I put the scalability into epic, it will give me better shadows, for example. Cinematic, it will be more resource intense and better shadows. You see my viewboard is now lagging. But if I change that into medium, it is now easier to navigate my level. So depend on your PC specs, you should go for the viewport scalability tool. This, keep in mind, that doesn't affect your final render for the project. So if we are making a cinematic, for example, we will put the resolution over there. So even if the viewport is lower in resolution, the final render output can be as high as 8K if you want. and how to fly the camera. You can change your camera speed from this icon. If we make it like 16, for example, it will be flying now, my movement, you see? So let's say you have an open world, big chunks of map. You can fly through it very fast. And if you want to move slowly, you can lower that to be like an ant or a turtle moving. For me, I will keep it something reasonable like 1. In the next lesson, we will create a new level and start our project from scratch. See you in the next lesson.